What is up? Today is February 16th. I have 87 days until my Misogi challenge, I'm pretty sure. I actually had to sit down and count out the days because whenever I would ask ChatGPT, I swear it was off. I swear it was not accurate. And I'm not sure why. So I sat down and I literally opened up my calendar out of my phone calendar, and I had to count out the days. And so I think that I'm on track now, but I'm pretty sure that I was off like 3 times on my last counts. So I don't know, I guess I can't count. Anyway, today I'm actually gonna do my long run today. I know it's Monday. I typically do them on weekends, but over the weekend I actually had to work. I was gonna do it on Saturday, but then I was like, nah, I think I'll just do it on Sunday. And realistically, it wasn't a bad idea, but the problem was that I had to work later that night. We were doing a physical inventory for my company, and I had to support the overnight shift. And we didn't expect it to go on for so long. I didn't get back to my apartment until 5:30. And so, yeah, I slept most of the day. And then whenever I woke up, because I had to wake up at 7 again to support with closing the physical inventory and, activating some of the jobs again. But I barely got any sleep, and I was like so tired. I slept some, but it just wasn't enough. And so I didn't do my long run yesterday. That's a good lesson. Don't put it off if you know that something might have to happen, and it'll end up not letting you do it. And so definitely won't make that mistake again. I haven't been posting anything recently, which is kind of disappointing. So I was thinking maybe I'd just start posting like when I have enough content to post something, instead of trying to compile it all at the end of the week. I'd like to do it daily, but I don't think my life is interesting enough for that. Unless I were to do like, some of my hobbies as well. But snowboarding just hasn't been popping recently, it just hasn't been snowing. But this week they're calling for snow multiple times this week, which is great. It should have come, last December, but it is what it is. It's, I don't know if you can see that, but there's some snow on the mountains, but that's only how it looks. It's not actually snowing up there. It's just ice. I mean, it's literally like being on the East Coast. It's so ass. I don't even know how else to put it. It's horrible. And so, yeah, I'm on my way I'm actually going to go buy a lamp, and then I'm going to go I'm going to go run. Yeah, I'm going to go do my run. I'm going to do 2 hours today, 2-hour run at whatever pace is comfortable, because I've found that if I'm running at too slow of a pace, my form it starts to deteriorate, and I think it starts to deteriorate at the hips, because the hip pain starts first and then my knees follow. And so I think that slower form, I kind of get a little more lazy going slower. And so today I'm just gonna let my body do its thing. It's like, if I happen to run a fast pace, and that's cool, but I'm gonna make sure that I'm not running like super fast pace, but it's still gonna be an easy, slow pace, but it's just gonna be a little more relaxed. I'm not gonna be as strict on myself on hitting a certain slower pace. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Looking for something tall and slim, I'd say, but I want to put it on my kitchen island. But none of these options are really, they're all pretty small, and with warm lighting. That's what I like. Look like a bunch of hookahs down there. Not my style. I'd call this one the Alchemist. It'd be cool if it lit up the whole thing, but I don't think it does. Alright, so no lamp. We did not get a lamp today. They just didn't have it as, I mean, they had a lot of options. They just didn't have, what I was looking for. I'm thinking something tall, and then the light, maybe something thin going across out like this. That's the idea that I have in my head. And, you know, I kind of want it to illuminate the whole kitchen island, but I have a feeling it's going to be hard to find something like that. If I can't find something like that, then I think I'd rather have something like something thin and tall, and with warm lighting, but I still want it to be bright because, you know, the kitchen island is pretty big. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find what I need without having to go to like Amazon or something. All right, I'm over at Liberty Park. Just finished my run. I did 12.3 miles, not bad. This time I switched it up a little. Like I mentioned earlier, you know, instead of trying to go for the slower paces, I went ahead and bumped it up. I just kind of did whatever felt natural. I will say near the end, it's a little too much, I'd say. I wish there was a way that I could see the, oh wait, maybe I can. Yeah, so near the end, you know, at the beginning I started at like in the higher 9s, like, you know, 9:45 kind of pace, and then, you know, near the end I was at like 8:30, 8:34, and then like 8:53. So I definitely slowed down quite a bit. I also took like a 5-minute walk every 25 minutes. So whenever I'd hit 25 minutes, I'd walk for 5 minutes and then start again. Realistically, while I'm running, you know, while I'm racing, I'm not going to be running the entire time. I'm either going to be power hiking, or I'm going to be at an aid station, just completely stationary. You know, maybe I'll even be sitting down, who knows, but, you know, obviously I'll be getting water, or if I have a drop bag, or getting food, something like that. So realistically, training to run without stopping isn't even that helpful. I mean, obviously it's helpful somewhat, but realistically I'm not going to be running like that during the race. So also, the big thing here is I don't have any knee pain right now. Contrary to the other weekend where I ran like 2.5 hours, I mean, yeah, I had like a lot of knee pain, and it lasted for, I mean, like 2 weeks. And so I have zero knee pain right now, none. You know, my posture and my form, they were all good throughout the entire 2 hours. So I think that helped a lot. And then, you know, the walks also helped a lot. I think from now on, probably I'll drop it down. You know, I'll drop the walks down to like maybe 4 minutes. I feel like 5 minutes was a little too much, but, you know, today it was great. It was a really good like test run, and I don't have any knee pain. I don't have any hip pain. I mean, this is really great progress, and I'm glad that I made the switch. So I cleaned my entire apartment over the weekend before I had to go into work, and, you know, I did a pretty good job, but I was like thinking, you know, I need something that really makes it feel like home. So I bought this snake plant that looks really nice, actually. Looks really nice. Yeah, I've always wanted to put, you know, like a bunch of plants in just where I live, but I mean, I've just never really done it. I'd like, you know, a really tall plant in the corner, like in the corner of the apartment. That would be nice. I also need lighting, you know, like really tall lighting to help out with that, but I don't have any furniture, you know? I don't have any furniture for my apartment. And so this is an air mattress that I used when my dad came to visit. That was back in October. So it's been up for, you know, like 4 months. Just because it makes it feel like I actually have something in here. So yeah, I've just kept it up. I don't know. I might take it down. I might leave it. I don't care. But my lease ends in April, and I'm going to be getting a roommate, my friend Mario. So yeah, he has 2 couches, which is great. That's great. You know, he'll bring the furniture, I guess. And, you know, we don't have to choose between the furniture that we keep. So that's also great. Yeah, that'll be nice. In the gym now. Man, my legs are fucking tired. And I knew it would happen too, because now that I ran my long run at a much quicker pace. Obviously my race pace isn't going to be like that, but man, my legs are tired. But I seem to recover pretty quickly whenever I get sore, so it should be fine. Tomorrow I'll probably take it a little easy. I'll be in the gym as well, but I decided to switch back to my 5-day routine. I was doing 4 days a week. I was doing Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. But the only reason I was doing that was because I planned on snowboarding throughout the week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But there's no snow. There's no fucking snow. So I haven't been going. I've been going like once every 2 weeks maybe, and it just hurts. I mean, it's just painful. And so that's okay. I'm just going to switch back to my 5-day a week routine, because, typically I would do a 6-day routine, but the 6th day would be a leg day, and I'm not going to do 2 leg days in 1 week, especially not, the day before or the day of a long run. I will say, I think now I'm going to use this opportunity to run a long run during the weekend, and then I'm gonna hike the 2nd day. It's not that cold. It is a little cold in the mountains, but that's fine. I can just layer up. But that'll be really great training, especially since the elevation is going to be really high for the race. So that'll be great. So in this office gym, we only have 45 pounds. That's as high up as the dumbbells go, and obviously, I mean, for bench press, it's just not a lot. It's really not enough. And so I guess it would be enough, kind of, if you go really slow on the reps and you do like 15 reps, and then like 5 sets. I don't know, but that's not how I'm trying to train. So today I decided to do something that I saw in a Sam Solik video, the cable bench. And let me tell you, really nice. This is my first time doing it, and it's definitely a different feeling. I mean, the instability of the cable is probably what makes that feeling, but it's really great, honestly. It's a great variation, and I might put it back into my routine after I start focusing on the gym again.